Hey guys, this is Zephyrian here, having finally released Warcraft Final Fantasy VI Part 3. I just went over the PMs, and one of the most recurring questions is how do you bring shadows, simple oval shaped shadows, into Sony Vegas. Now, I'm going to do this in a way which I normally don't. Now, I'm going to assume that, you've got all the software needed to Sony Vegas, something to record Warcraft footage with Fraps or GameCam, etc. But what I'll use to actually do the shadow is Microsoft Paint, because Sony Vegas, to the best of my knowledge, doesn't have. Well, I didn't really look for a function which allows you to draw an oval shape in Sony Vegas. So this is how I do it. It might not be the best way, and it might be the long way, but this is how I do it. So you open up your drawing program. Normally I use Open Canvas, but I'm assuming that everyone pretty much has Microsoft Paint, because if you have a Windows computer, chances are you're gonna have this. It's a pretty high chance. So what I need you to do is click on the ellipse icon, choose the third option down, and you simply create your oval. Now I'm not sure what size to make it, just go nuts, it doesn't really matter. So make it roughly about yay big, and about this shape. So you've made it, you then go to save as. I'll save it to my desktop, and I'll call it oval 1. So I'll save that, I'll close it down because I don't need it no more. Let me just have a quick look at that. Right, I'm just going to double check. It's currently in a BMP format. I'm not sure if that will import into Sony Vegas, but nonetheless what I'll do is I'll double click on it and I'll change it to JPEG and just save it again. And this time there's a JPEG format of the oval down here. So okay, so I've now got Sony Vegas open. It's a brand new track, nothing's in there, so I'm just going to add 2 tracks. I'm going to hold, this is a shortcut, and normally you'd right click and insert video track, but I'm getting the hang of shortcuts. So I hold Control Shift and then hit Q twice to make two separate video tracks. Now I've already got this all sorted out. So first I'm going to, this is my model viewer here. I've got Celestion in his rather evil form. So I'll just record him standing still in with the stand animation. So I hit record, get roughly about 5 seconds of footage, maybe more. I'll make it longer actually. Right, I'll stop there. I'll go into my folder where I have my footage. I'll drag that into Sony Vegas and leave that as it is there. I'll get rid of the first second or two, because when I hit record my PC lags temporarily and it screws up the animation, so I'll leave that there. I'll boost the quality up as well a bit. In fact, I'm just doing a shadow, so I'll put it to full. Right, as you can see, black borders. I'll get to that later. And now I need background footage. Now I already went into Map Viewer and I recorded this a clip in Thunderbluff. As you can see, the first thing I need to do with this clip is obviously get rid of the blue background. You might have a green background, regardless, just key out the colour. In my case, I hit pure blue. I've also made my own anti-fade, because pure blue sometimes distorts some of the blue colour of your character's clothing, and it can also get rid of some stuff that you don't want. So I created my own. It's not really that different. I've just tweaked this threshold, but it's irrelevant. But basically just use pure blue or whatever colour you have, and that'll get rid of it. So now you've got a character, just a character. Now you move your footage directly underneath. Now you'll notice you've got these stupid fucking black borders, and I swear to God these piss me off so much. And you'll also have this. When you attempt to move your footage to the far left, you notice how your character cuts out. Now I did make a tutorial on resolution, but I found an easier way. Thanks to Keen Arner, or Michael Howell. He's the guy who voiced Gron, the elf form, in my recent video. The best way to solve that is you go here. Where the fuck have you gone? Yeah, here we go. You'll have these tabs: position, rotation, keyframe, enter, whatchamacallit. But find a source, and let me just enlarge that a bit, and go to maintain aspect ratio. Now by default it will be on yes. Change it to no. that'll stretch the footage out, and also do the exact same thing to your background footage. Do this to all the footage you import into Sony Vegas. Simply right click, go to Event Pan and Crop, go to Maintain Aspect Ratio and select No. This will stretch the footage so it will all fit. It barely distorts it, so now it fits perfectly. No black borders and your character's no longer getting cut out. Now I'm just going to slightly resize him. He doesn't look too bad. Now, there he is. It doesn't look too bad. If I was making a quick machinima, this would suffice. It'd be fine. But I need to make it a bit, like the character's actually standing there. I hit Control, Shift and Q to make another video track. Move my character footage to the top. Move the background footage to the bottom. And what I'll do now is get my oval shape, which is here. I'll import that into Sony Vegas. Now, again, go to Event Pan and Crop, Maintain Aspect Ratio, change that to No, that'll stretch it out. Now, you need to use the chroma key because obviously it has a white background, so you just select white, just drag it on the top. Obviously you can't see it now, let me just move it onto the footage. And what you got now is a big fucking oval, which is useless on its own, but this is what I do anyways. Now, you go, you right click, Video Event FX. Now, add the following effects. You don't have to do it in this particular order, but this is what I do. I go black, I click on Black Restore, add that, and I tweak that to maximum. You don't have to. I don't think it really does much, but it just kind of adds additional blackness, I suppose. So you've got that. Then you need to do Gaussian blur, which is probably my most favourite effect. Don't get too freaked out, because when you select Gaussian blur, it'll automatically blur it. So just tone it down to 0. Just get your bearings. Now what I do is I alter the horizontal range just slightly to stretch and blur the footage just a bit, and I do the vertical range just a little bit. So now you've got your shadow. Problem now is it is absolutely mammoth size, so obviously you need to right click, go to Video Event Pan and Crop, and simply pull and reduce the size and just put it under the character. Now you're thinking, yeah, you got a shadow, but it's a bit dark, isn't it? So let me just keep adjusting the size. All you need to do is reduce the opacity. So you hover over the oval footage, your shadow footage, right on the top, and you'll notice your cursor turns to a hand with a finger, and currently the opacity is on 100%. You hold your left click button down and slowly drag the button down, and what will happen is it will reduce the transparency so it looks more like a shadow. Now you'll have to tweak it a bit, but give or take, that's not too bad. There you go, you got yourself a shadow. That's the way to just make basic shadows. It's not perfect. I'd obviously adjust it, maybe add a bit more blur or just the size, but if you just want to do quick and simple shadows, this is pretty much the way to do it. And I suppose that concludes the shadow tutorial, at least part 1 of it. But I hope that answers the questions that some of you guys have been asking. So thanks for watching. Now where's the stop button? Where's the stop there?